What's up, guys? I am back with another episode of Arrow, episode 18, Fundamentals. I'm just to say off the bat, I'm very happy about where Oliver is at this point in the season and what he has come to terms with. I relate a lot to his character, and of course he has his flaws, but he was drugged. Who knows if that scene with Felicity was him hallucinating what happened or what really happened, but her response to it and her saying that she wanted him to leave for a while and take a break, that just was way too real for me. And the rest of the team leaving and all these things leading up and everything that Adrian Chase Prometheus was saying to Oliver, I was just like, literally, this is too close to home, and he needs to realize that everybody that has been a part of this team that has left treated him like shit. He's made bad calls, but that is no reason for them to absolutely turn their backs on him. And where the episode ended off, I just went, you know what? Yeah, 100%. So the episode starts off with Oliver in the old Arrow suit, kicking ass in the police precinct, and he walks up to this door and he's about to bust it down, and there's like 20 cops in that little room with Diaz right there, and it just, you're like, oh shit, he's fucked. And then we go back 10 hours earlier, and back in the bunker, Oliver is there with Felicity, and she brings Diggle in to try and get them to work through their stuff and fix this Diaz problem. And Diggle's like, nope, I'm going to Argus, and I really hope John stays at Argus. And I'll say why later. But then Felicity's like, we need to focus on Diaz because this is a big problem, and you guys can't do it alone, no matter what. And while she has a point, I don't think that's necessarily true, because it's the Green Arrow. Anyways, so then we go to the impeachment process. He meets with the Congressman Collins from the committee, and he's like, hey, like, blah, 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 shake hands. Just talking about the impeachment, how the process is going to work, and that they're having a meeting to discuss evidence and why he fired those people. I guess for a mayoral election or candidate, it would be that easy to impeach them because they do have those little committees. I haven't really looked into the legality of it. I know I said I would last episode when they said, oh, we're going to impeach him for this, but they weren't conducting the investigation. That's not true. I remember back like episode maybe 8, 9, 10 when FBI agent Watson found out that the images were photoshopped of him in the Green Arrow suit. The FBI dropped his case, but the city was still investigating it. And at that point, it was because Caden James had bought out members and officials already. And then that just kind of carried over to Diaz when he took over. And Agent Hill got a promotion. So things worked out. Let's see here. So, back to after the impeachment, Oliver goes, because he's supposed to go with his son to a science fair, and William is there with Felicity and Oliver, and he's like, we need to go. Oliver knocks his project off the counter while he's turning away. The motion of him knocking it over didn't really make sense to me because he was, say, it's right here. He turned this way, but the project fell off the counter this way, so there's no way he just went and then just turn this way, like just like a shove and turn this way. Like it just I rewatched it too, and I was like, see, like that was totally accidental. Like, yeah, he was upset, but like he accidentally knocked over the. Anyways, so then Felicity's like, you need to get out right now. Oliver goes to the bunker. Felicity comes and meets up with him. There's like a weird knocking, and he goes, "What was that?" Felicity shows up, and he's super like, "Oh, whoa!" And he's like, "I thought I heard something." She's like, "I think we need to take a break." Girl, okay. Anyways, we'll get to that later. And then he's calls Quentin. He's still in the bunker. He hears the knock again. Quentin shows up. And it was just like a little tease up to what eventually was my favorite part of the entire episode. So Quentin gives him a little pep talk and says, I mean, he gave him two. This episode is, he said, you're a better man and you're a better hero. You've been making better calls. You're totally different from the guy who I first met in the hood and who I see today. And he's 100% right. Oliver's changed a ton. He's not as pushing people away. He's trying to be more. He is pretty open and honest for the most part. They pulled that one thing, but that is totally understandable. He's being impeached by the city, and there's an investigation going on to figure out if he's the Green Arrow, and he can't trust somebody because they've been told by the officials somebody's going to testify against you, and it's from your team. He had to investigate and see what was going on. He couldn't just like be like, hey, can you tell me who's, like, that's not going to get anybody to open up. He had to kind of go into and figure it out before he just brings it up to the rest of the team. I'm sure if they found a lead on Dinah, if they found that lead on Renee, because it was him, if they found out that Agent Watson was saying, we have stuff on you that says your wild dog leaked from wherever, right? If Oliver had found out that that was Renee, he would have gone to Dinah, to Curtis, and said, hey, I investigated you. Renee is a rat. He is sharing all our information with Agent Watson. I have this little weird curl. I just noticed it. That's weird. Anyways, it's like if that had happened, Renee would have been gone. Everyone would have agreed, instead of the you can't trust us kind of bullshit that they pulled. But I'm not gonna talk about that. Anyways, so Quentin gives him a pep talk. Like, that's the only thing in like the past season and a half, really, where he's made a questionable call, where it's like, ooh, yeah, I don't know about that one. I mean, he makes like bad calls of like what to do, like catch the guy or save somebody, like that. There's questionable or bad calls all the time if you count that, but like things where it's like, hey, you really probably shouldn't do that. Like, the only thing that really would stick out to me is that situation, and I even would give him the benefit of the doubt and say he had that authority to kind of look into it. Anyways, but like since season 4, since the whole Malcolm thing, since the whole Laurel dying, the whole everything, like, people say like, oh, he shouldn't have brought, like, in this episode, let's just continue. So so Oliver starts hallucinating and sees Adrian Chase, which is my favorite part of the episode. We're gonna get a lot into what he talked about because I really enjoyed that piece of it. So Oliver realizes he's hallucinating after he kills Adrian Chase again, and it made it look like he was almost alive, that he had come back from the island. He shot Oliver. They were going at it pretty hard. Oliver kills him, and then he walks away, hallucinates out of it, no bloodstains or anything, and then he's good to go. Adrian Chase is in the corner again. He's like, see, you can't kill me, and you're like, yeah, it's a hallucination. So he's hallucinating, and immediately, since they referenced Vertigo like the other day, you can tell it's like there's that link, and you know exactly who did it. It was the Collins guy, the congressman, and he's on Diaz's payroll too. And so, yeah, that's that. That's pretty shitty, but so Diaz drugged him with vertigo. He's going crazy. Oliver, like, through the hallucinations, you don't know when he's, like, awake, when he's not. Oh, excuse me. You just kind of have to guess, like, when he zapped out of that. And he really didn't up until the end of the episode-ish. Because he was still just bugging out the entire episode. But I loved it. So, Oliver's hallucinating in the bunker. Prometheus tells him that he has to end it. Like, he let Laurel die. It's kind of like the Ghost of Christmas Past. He goes to Christmas Past Oliver and sent him back to Laurel before he got on the boat. That one made me cry. I was like, oh my god, stop, no. Because they did that moment in the, not exactly the same, but they did kind of the same thing with the crossover with the aliens, season 3. Season 4 of Arrow, where it was all just like, whoa, and then the Arrow episode was like strictly condensed in like a dream universe, and they pulled the Laurel thing, and that made me cry back in the day. Oh, it's just whenever she shows up and like she's super innocent, and you know, like, that was how she was, and Oliver still treated her like shit, and Oliver was just this like shitty person, and now look at him, but people still think he's a shitty person, and he never. What pisses me off is that, like, I mean, I don't feel exactly the same, but I felt that way before, and so like, I've been feeling like, oh, I'm in a good spot, like I'm doing as well as I can, and then somebody shits on me, and it just totally fucks me up, and I just go, wow, like, oh man, I guess I have nothing together, and like, I'm still like super far like behind, and I'm not anywhere close to my goals, even though like I've made a shit ton of progress into where I want to be in life and what I want to be doing. Like, I wouldn't have been, I know I'm just rambling about a fucking TV show, but I wouldn't have done this 2-3 years ago right now. Because I would have been like fucking terrified to get on a camera and speak. But now I'm just rambling about shit that no one cares about, you know? And I feel confident doing it, and I know what I'm talking about. I know about how to engage my audience. Not that I have one, but like I'm looking every once in a while. I keep looking over this way, right? I have my Xbox on right now on this monitor, and I'm gonna stream here. Like, it's 6 o'clock. That's when I'm supposed to start my stream. I'm gonna be a little bit late because I'm finishing this, but basically, I would not be able to stream and keep an entertaining audience, or have a gaming page, or do giveaways. I'm giving away 1,000 V-Bucks in Fortnite. I would not be able to do any of this like 3 years ago. And I'm at a point now where I'm confident in myself, and I'm happy, and I can do the things that I love without the fear of like other people like being down on me, because I could care less about their opinions. And I would not have been able to do that. I would have been caught up on other people's perceptions of me like a year ago, 2 years ago. I still do it here and there. And I could do a whole video series on how to look at other people's perceptions and when to care and when not to care. But like, most of the time you should not care. And for most of the time I was caring, until I changed a few things about how I saw myself. It wasn't about how other people saw me. It was about how I saw myself the entire time. And part of that is how Oliver feels. They don't talk about his feelings a lot. I would love for him to go to like therapy in an episode. I know they did that in The Flash, where like they didn't even have any problems, but Iris wanted him to do couples counseling. Like, I would love to see Oliver go to like an actual like therapist at some point and talk about some of his feelings, and like how he always feels betrayed, how he always gets let down, like, because it consistently happens, and it's happened to me too. And it's super fucking frustrating, and to have these voices like Adrian Chase in your head. Adrian Chase said after the hearing, I'm in your head. I am you, and that's why you're gonna listen to me. Like, that was super fucking real. I was like, yeah, I know exactly what that feels like, and I know exactly who that Adrian Chase person is in me. And really, that Adrian Chase could have been that hooded Arrow the entire episode, and it would have had a way different effect. But they're parallel, you know what I mean? Like, the old Oliver and fucking Prometheus were kind of the same. Other than the fact that Prometheus' main goal was to kill Oliver and to destroy his world, like, basically Oliver, all he cared about was destroying all the people's names. He wanted to destroy their lives and because they were bad people and doing bad things. He didn't even know what it was. He was just doing it. And when he eventually figured out what was going on and what Malcolm Merlin's plan was with that group and what they had been planning, they didn't stop it. They stopped half of it. But it's like that. Oh, bruh. Anyways. So Prometheus, after that hearing, Oliver goes to the hearing and he says, I have this evidence that proves Captain Hill and DA What's-His-Face are on Diaz's payroll. They've accepted this money and this treatment from Diaz. And this is how I found it. And I got it from the Green Arrow. And the councilman, Collins, again is like, hey, yep, nope, you can't be best friends with the Green Arrow, but still not be him and expect us to, like, we could try you for vigilantism, for treason, like, which is true. They could do that stuff. And so, sorry I'm getting so frustrated. This is like an emotional investment for me. And this episode is big for Oliver. And because he's going solo again. And so Oliver says to himself, basically, seeing Prometheus in front of him, and he's like, you need to take down Diaz right now. And you need to do it by yourself. You don't need a team. And all those visions that he had that had led up to him seeing Laurel at the beginning in the hospital when she died, Renee transporting into the hospital, then fucking Mr. Terrific and Black Canary popping up and saying, yep, nope, like, this is all your fault. And then he just goes, you know what? No. You guys have not given me any chance, and you guys clearly do not want anything to do with me, so leave. Like, no, I don't need it anymore. That's a big fucking step for him, and I really, really could care less about the other characters. This is his show. This is his mission. He has not needed any of them. Yeah, it gives him an advantage against these other guys, but sometimes it more than often slows him down. Look what happened with Diggle at the beginning of the season. Renee's injured right now. Like, those things hold him back and keep him from just focusing on the bad guy and being like, I'm going to take you out right now as fast as possible in as few encounters as possible. Whereas when you have a team, somebody gets hurt or somebody gets knocked out on the battlefield, you gotta focus on getting them safe rather than taking out somebody like Diaz. And it creates for some dramatic moments and things that you don't know about, but it also just is like pointless. Like, you want to see the villain and the hero go at it, you know what I mean? Not like, oh, here's the heroes, they fight this giant mob and then they get beat and they have to retreat, or the bad guy drives away because they have to fight these henchmen. It's like, you can't do that over and over and over and over and expect it to work. Like, even on The Flash, that's why they don't have Wally there anymore. It's why he's over at Legends of Tomorrow, is because you can't have Wally, Jesse, and fucking Barry all just chilling in Central City. And they're like, yep, nope, anything that happens, like, we have 3 speedsters, I'm pretty sure we can solve it. Even though they face, like, higher level difficulty, they're fucking speedsters. Like, even if they have to go against other speedsters, if you have 3 against 1, like, imagine Thawne coming back right now, and you have Barry and Wally. Like, yeah, Thawne's fucking trickery in is smart as fuck, but that's not gonna just beat two speedsters. Especially those two. Like, Wally and Barry are like the best, fastest, most skilled, most talented. Like, Wally figured out more of his powers than Barry ever did. And then when they brought Barry back, Barry was fucking 10 times faster. And then Wally's gotten faster, and then Barry gets faster. Like, they are on fucking point. Nobody comes close to those two, right? Anyways, this is going off topic. So, Oliver follows that advice, right? I like where this is going. He's going to be able to take down Diaz by himself. He does not need the team. I really hope it stays that way. I'm sure the rest of the team will have important parts. He doesn't need them, though. He does not need to bring the team to... I really, really, really will be pissed off if they bring the team back together. Like, I won't be, like, astonished or, like, surprised. Like, I can see that happening. But if they just bring them back at, like, the season finale because he needs their help, I'm going to be like, no, you fucking don't. You're the Green Arrow. Anyways. So, Felicity goes in, saves Oliver at the police department, the precinct, and I don't know why I said department, but anyways, Felicity comes into the precinct, stops Oliver from breaking open that door, then Oliver and Felicity jet off away into whatever, and everything's good. They turn on the news. That's been a big thing lately in Arrow is, hey, turn on the news. Hey, turn on the news. Like, right now, you need to see this. And Quentin is going to be the mayor because Oliver's getting impeached. And normally there's a longer process to that, but I guess since it's because he's a mayor, it's going to go way faster. Anyways, that's 21 minutes of stuff. And not all of it was Arrow, and a lot of it was complaining about the episode and about the direction it's had up until now, but I like where we're going from here. I like the drama between the team for the most part, because it's true that Oliver, like, did hurt Renee, but, like, he gave him that chance to stand down. So, that's going to be that. I'm going to work on finishing the Legends videos and the Flash videos because I haven't done them. And I have all of these to post. I have yet to post any of the ones that I've done from the past however many weeks. Like 13 up to now. So like 5 episodes each. Something like that. I want to say that's how many I have. And then I have thumbnails that I've worked up for a majority of them, but I'm not finished with all of them. And then I'm going to stream right now if you want to go. I mean, nobody's going to see this until I've finished this stream and posted all these clips, or these videos, I guess, for like a week. That's okay. If you're still here watching, thanks for tuning in for fucking 22 minutes of me rambling. In the future, if you're still watching this, I'm going to keep these more concise because nobody's going to watch 23 minutes of an Arrow theory video or an Arrow recap. Nobody cares. So I'm going to keep it to 10 minutes probably, and I'm going to do more editing on them. The problem is, this is a bigger problem overall, is that these shows are on during when I'm in school, and I have to work while I'm in school. So when I have school, work, my gaming company I'm building, and another company I'm trying to build, that's under the wrap still. When I have all that, it's hard to edit these videos because editing takes some time. Also, I'm going to be taking multiple takes of things and doing video, or specifically audio clips, to put into the videos with other pictures and like leaked set photos. Like, that's the kind of stuff I want to get into eventually, but I can't get into that until I have more free time during these periods that the shows are airing, which is not going to happen until I'm out of school, to be honest. So we'll see when that happens. Like, it could be a year from now, it could be 3 still years from now, 2, I guess 2. Let's see here. So I guess a fall. So I have 4.5 semesters, maybe. So that's 2 years plus a semester. I mean, that's not like. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But by the season 7 is confirmed for Arrow, but by the time I get out of school, like, Arrow might not even be a show anymore. That sucks to hear. That fucking, ooh. That's rough. Because season 7's next year, and then I got a year and a half after that. They do one more season for season 8, right? That's pretty fair to say that they can stretch it that far and continue to create good storylines, especially if they keep the team separate, and focus more on Arrow and bring back like the League of Assassins next year is what they're gonna probably do already. They could kill off Thea potentially. This is I said I was gonna end, but I'm not. Here's some great stuff. They could kill Thea off. That's how they bring Roy back in. Is they were trying to stop the League of Assassins, but Thea died in the process of trying to stop like the Thanatos Guild from finding all these Lazarus pits. And they kill her off, and Oliver's mission for the entire season is stopping the Thanatos Guild, stopping Athena, stopping John Barrowman if they bring him back. You know what I mean? And that even, let's say the Thanatos Guild finds one of these pits and they try and defend it, and then eventually they lose that pit. But first they bring back John Barrowman. They bring back his... I mean, I don't know if they... Who knows if they can even do that at this point? Because he's obviously dead and the explosions went off everywhere. Who knows if they find a body? If they somehow found Malcolm Merlyn's body that wasn't blown up from the landmine and the explosion on the ANU, let's say they found him like that. At that point, they have to put him, find that body, bring him to one of these other Lazarus pits, save him, bring him back to life. He's gonna be crazy. He's gonna be like the Malcolm Merlyn in the comics. Like actually like wants to kill Oliver, because he's had problems with it in the past. And then he's upset also because Thea's dead, and so he goes, say Nyssa finds this other pit that they used to save Mr. Barrowman, and then Nyssa destroys it. Then he's like, Thea's dead, I need a pit, and they say, here's the last pit, and the entire rest of the season is them trying to stop Oliver, trying to stop him from bringing Thea back, and then them both realizing, yeah, that's not gonna be good. And that would make Malcolm a good father for once. In doing the right thing to protect his daughter. Because his daughter's already come back from life from once. Like, that's enough for her. Like, she doesn't need to come back to life again after being dead. Especially if it's for a longer time than she already was. Anyways, that is 28 minutes, almost 30 minutes. Very long review. I'm going to head off and go play some games. Peace out, guys. Have a good one. I will see you next time.